There's something I never really talked about openly, something I carried for years without even knowing what it was. And I guess it's time to say it honestly. I have OCD, not the organized desk type or the I like things clean type. The real, quiet, everyday kind that eats at your mind without anyone noticing. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know I had it at first. When I think back to my childhood, I don't remember doing any of this. I was completely normal. I never repeated actions, never cared about small details, never felt scared if things weren't perfect. I was just a kid, messy, carefree, unbothered. But when the pandemic started, that's when things slowly changed for me. It began with small urges I didn't take seriously. A floor mat slightly tilted, a light switch I needed to double check, a decoration that didn't look right. I told myself, it's nothing. Maybe everyone does this. So I ignored it. But as time passed, those small things became stronger, heavier, harder to ignore. The floor mats had to be exactly aligned with the door. Not close, not almost, exactly perfect. Even tiny decorations around the house. If one thing was slightly off, I felt this discomfort growing inside me. Not frustration, but actual pain. A pressure in my chest telling me I had to fix it. And the light switches, I couldn't check them once, or even twice. I had to check them 4, 5, or 10 times until my mind finally calmed down. And if I didn't, I'd get this horrible feeling, like something bad was going to happen, like I was in danger, like the world wasn't safe unless I completed these little tasks. It didn't stop there. Reading became its own cycle. I'd read a sentence perfectly fine, but if the feeling wasn't right, I had to read it again, and again, and again. Sometimes I repeated a single word 5 or 10 times, even when I already understood it, even when I knew exactly what it said. My brain didn't care. It needed the feeling to be right. Writing was the same. I'd write a word completely fine, but if one letter looked off, I erased it, wrote it again, erased it again, until it looked perfect. Even though I knew nothing would ever really look perfect to me, and the nights were the worst. Right when I wanted to sleep, my brain kept throwing what-if thoughts at me. What if you accidentally sent a message? What if you texted the wrong person? What if you said something weird and didn't notice? So I checked my phone. Everything was fine. Closed it. A few seconds later, the thoughts came back. So I checked again and again. Sometimes 10 times before I could sleep. Not because I wanted to, but because my mind wouldn't let me rest until it felt safe. There were even moments when shapes bothered me. I'd see lines, patterns, edges, and I had this strange urge to mentally trace them with my eyes. If I didn't, that same heavy discomfort hit me again. Then came the overthinking. Not the normal kind. The kind where even the smallest thing becomes a huge mental battle. Where one simple thought becomes a spiral. Where I constantly need reassurance from myself or from other people, just to calm down. And when I was exhausted or stressed, sometimes reality felt unreal. Like I wasn't really here. Like the world was a dream. Like I was floating in my own life. It didn't happen often, but the few times it did, it scared me deeply. For years until now, all of this happened without me understanding why. I thought I was just being careful. I thought maybe I was just overreacting. Or maybe this was normal and no one talked about it. But eventually I learned the truth. It had a name. It was OCD. And suddenly, everything in my life made sense. Every checking habit, every repeated action, every discomfort, every anxiety, every fear of making mistakes. Knowing the name didn't fix it, but it helped me understand my own mind. And that's where the next part of my story begins. Because OCD doesn't disappear just because you recognize it. It doesn't go away when you want it to. There's no magic switch, no instant cure. But I started learning how to control it little by little. I started letting small imperfections stay. I tried checking things once instead of 10 times, even if my chest felt heavy afterward. I forced myself to sit with the discomfort until it faded, until I proved to myself that nothing bad happens when I don't follow the urge. It's not easy, it's not clean, and it definitely isn't comfortable. But slowly, I've been learning how to live with it. Not by eliminating it, but by managing it. By reminding myself that the fear isn't real. By learning how to breathe through the thoughts instead of wrestling them. But don't get me wrong, I still get those urges. I still overthink. I still feel discomfort, anxiety, heaviness. But now at least I understand why. And that alone makes the battle a little less terrifying. And if you're watching this and you're going through something similar, maybe not the exact same symptoms, but the same kind of fear, the same pressure, the same loops, I want you to know something. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're not dramatic. You're carrying something real, something invisible, something that people don't see, but you feel every single day. And the fact that you're still living your life despite all that, that makes you incredibly strong. You're not failing. You're fighting. And even if the progress is slow, even if the struggle is constant, even if the discomfort stays, you're still here, still learning, still trying, still standing. And that alone is worth something.